The studio lights burned bright, making every beat of tension glisten. The View's round table was set, mugs lined up, the audience already buzzing from the promo tease. Prince Harry live, and Megyn Kelly has something to say. Megyn sat with perfect posture, her pen lightly tapping her notes. Prince Harry leaned slightly back in his chair, dressed in a tailored navy suit, trying to project calm confidence, but his eyes kept darting toward her. He knew her. Reputation for going for the jugular. The opening pleasantries lasted barely 30 seconds. Harry began, his tone controlled. The constant pressure from the press, the endless intrusion, it's something no one should have to endure. Megyn's smile tightened. She leaned forward just enough to signal she was about to strike. Megyn, privacy, really? You've done more interviews, book deals, and Netflix specials than any royal in history. Are you sure you want to play the victim card here? The audience let out a collective ooh. Someone in the back actually laughed. One of the co-hosts shifted uncomfortably in her seat, trying not to make eye contact with either of them. Harry's jaw clenched. He straightened in his chair, blinking slowly, his voice just a little sharper than before. That's not fair. But Megyn didn't break her gaze. The air between them was electric, charged, and the audience could feel it. The battle had begun. Harry leaned forward now, hands clasped tightly together as if holding back frustration. His voice rose just enough to carry over the murmurs from the audience. You have no idea what my wife and I have endured. Years of relentless attacks. Lies printed daily, harassment that... Megyn cut him off with a sharp lift of her hand, the studio lights catching the diamond on her finger. Her expression was part disbelief, part challenge. Megyn, endured? You live in a sprawling California mansion, fly private jets, and sell your story to the highest bidder. Forgive me if I'm not buying the struggle narrative. The words hit like a slap. The audience reacted instantly. Half erupted into applause, while others booed loudly. The co-host to Megyn's right tried to diffuse the moment with a forced laugh, but it only made the tension thicker. Harry's cheeks flushed a deeper shade of red. He gestured toward the crowd, his voice shaking between outrage and desperation. It's not about money, it's about survival. You don't know what it's like to have... Megyn leaned in, voice low but cutting like a blade. Megyn, survival, please. You turned your trauma into a brand. The live audience gasped again. Phones quietly raised as people began filming from their seats. A producer standing just off stage motioned wildly to the control booth, already anticipating the social media explosion this segment was about to cause. The table had gone cold. Everyone knew the next exchange could tip into total chaos. Harry opened his mouth to counter, but the rhythm of his speech faltered, his next point lost somewhere, in the haze of the heated exchange. He gripped the edge of the table, his knuckles whitening under the pressure. Megyn leaned forward, her elbows just touching the table, eyes locked on him with surgical precision. Her tone dropped to that slow, deliberate pace TV hosts use when they know the kill shot is coming. Megyn, let's be honest, if you truly wanted a quiet life, you wouldn't be here. On live television, right now. The silence that followed was deafening. No one shifted. No one breathed. Even the stage crew froze, waiting for Harry's comeback. But it didn't come. Harry blinked once, twice. The cameras caught the faint twitch at the corner of his mouth, an attempted smile that came out stiff and awkward. His eyes darted to the co-hosts as if one of them might swoop in to rescue him. They didn't. The audience broke first. Half the room burst into applause and cheers. The other half murmured uncomfortably, sensing they'd just witnessed a public undressing. A few phones were already live streaming to social media. Megyn sat back in her chair, calm and collected, not breaking her gaze until Harry looked away. She picked up her coffee mug, took a slow sip, and let the reaction wash over her like it was just another day at the office. A producer's voice came sharply through the earpiece. Cut to commercial now. The screen faded to black, but by then, the clip was already halfway around the internet. The red on air light blinked off, and the tension in the studio shifted, but it didn't disappear. Staff members hurried toward the table, some with clipboards, others with headsets, all trying to keep things moving. Harry sat back, exhaling sharply. He tugged at his jacket sleeve, avoiding eye contact with Megyn. A makeup artist appeared at his side, dabbing at the sheen on his forehead, but he brushed her off with a curt shake of his head. Megyn stayed seated, calmly flipping through her notes as though nothing had happened. She didn't look at Harry. She didn't need to. The damage was done. One of the co-hosts leaned toward him with a too bright smile. We, appreciate you coming on the show. Harry gave a quick nod. The kind reserved for situations where leaving gracefully was the only option left. The audience, still buzzing from the clash, whispered in low tones. Some craned their necks to watch him stand. As Harry made his way off stage, a cameraman whispered to another crew member, "Well, that clip's going to be everywhere in 10 minutes. Back at the table, Megyn finally looked up, catching Harry's departing figure over the rim of her coffee mug. She allowed herself the smallest smirk before turning back to the producers. "All right," she said. "Who's next?" Somewhere out in the hallway, Harry's team was already on their phones, calling, texting, and preparing statements. But no statement would be able to erase the image that had just been burned into millions of screens.